Welcome back to another episode, and in today's video I want to share with you 16 high paying skills that you need to have if you're looking for a remote job. 16 skills that will land you a remote job, either through a formal employment or formal employment where you work virtually, or just you being able to work on your own independently, but work from anywhere in the world. So why is it important to have these skills, guys? Because we are living in time where there's an increase or there's a surge of remote jobs. We are living in times where technology has enabled employers to have employees and teams working remotely from any part of the world. So that's why it's important for you to master these skills that will help you, especially if you're outside there and you're looking to land a remote job. Why would you want to work remotely? Because people say, or rather research says, that there's a lot of satisfaction that comes with working remotely. And anyway, it gives you a lot of time to be with your family. You're saving time from the daily commuting, you're saving time or even saving money from the daily cost of your transport. So if you're getting yourself in this channel for the first time, my name is Nelly, and in this channel I share professional content. I share topics around careers, job search strategies to help you build a rewarding and fulfilling career. And if you are a returning viewer, I'm happy to have you back. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, before you watch this video, please click that subscribe button, because in this channel you'll get invaluable information on topics around careers that will help you build a rewarding and fulfilling career. So if this is a content that you want to see, then I'm sure you'll stick with me till the end of this video. The first skill in this list that you need to have is content creation. And content creation, I want to speak about three major pillars of content creation. So you can either learn skills in content creation as a copywriter, as a ghostwriter, or video content creation. So video content creation is where you can do advertisement videos for companies or businesses that want to advertise their products, or even create content like this one for YouTube or other social media platforms. And now with the emergence of other platforms like TikTok, Facebook, you can actually create valuable video content that will be able to earn you money from any part of the world. And another thing about video content creation is that, or rather video content, is that video content is in the increase, because really you get people really don't like reading, I would say that. So sometimes when information is communicated in a video, it is much easier for somebody to understand than maybe if it was presented in a form that somebody was expected to read. So you can also create content as a copywriter or a ghostwriter. So a ghostwriter is somebody who will write. You can write either for a business or for an individual, but of course you will not get credit for that content. So for instance, you want to create content, or you want to create content or establish presence like in platforms like LinkedIn. You can get a ghostwriter to manage your profile, guys. So if you're a ghostwriter, you can actually be writing for people without anyone necessarily knowing that you're the one doing that job. So a copywriter, the difference is that now a copywriter, you can always get credit for that work. So if you've gone to websites and sometimes you see an article and you see down there the article is written by so and so and their profile is there, so most likely those are copywriters. So why am I saying that there's a lot of things that you can do with the skills around ghostwriting, copywriting, and video content creation, guys? Is because every organization wants to pass out information to their customers. And what other ways would be the best to share out information apart from writing it out, acting it in a video, or advertising it through a video? So That's why you see when for ghost writers, copywriters, and even video content creators, most of them don't actually have to go to an 8 to 5 job, maybe, I mean, physically. Most of them work remotely, because if you're a ghostwriter or a copywriter, you'll just be writing articles, whether you're writing them for websites, whether you're writing for individuals, whether you're doing manuscripts, whether you're writing books, whether you're writing them for media houses, and you just send them. You don't even have to go to the office or go to a physical location. So with this skill of content creation, you can work remotely and can work for any type of company and from anywhere in the world. The second skill that you need to have is sales and marketing. And let me focus more on sales, and to be more specific, digital sales. I don't know if there's any company or any business that has a product or a service that does not want to sell it, because the only sense of having a service or a product is to sell it. So where the salespeople come in is getting to connect the company or getting to connect the producers of the product or the initiators of a service to the targeted clients or the targeted consumers. So if you're a salesperson, your work is to help companies get people to buy their products. And one reason, or rather one thing I really like about sales, guys, and why I categorize it as a high paying skill, is because sales is among the few professions that you can decide what you earn at the end of the month. And here is how you do it. You know that most salespeople earn through commissions. So you can decide, this month, this is the target that I want to meet. And it is very clear when you get into a sales contract, the company will tell you, you need to get to this specific, this is the target. So when you achieve the target, you get maybe your return of this. Anything above the target, you'll be unlocking commissions. So you can always decide, what is it that I want to make if I'm a salesperson? So you have access to sales commissions, you have access to bonuses, and as a salesperson, you never at any time have a defined, or rather a specific salary. So that's why I'm saying you can decide what you want to earn as a salesperson. Another good thing about sales is that a salesperson can work anywhere. And as I say, that there's nobody who's producing a product or who's selling a service, who's having a service who does not want to sell it. So a salesperson can work anywhere. They can work in any industry. And a key point to note, guys, is that if you want to succeed, or also if you want to grow very fast in sales, it is good to specialize in what type of sales do you want to do. For instance, I said you can decide that you're doing digital sales. You can decide that you're doing technical sales. Technical sales, maybe you're selling products around technical spaces like maybe engineering, telcos. You can decide to be just dealing with e-commerce. You just deal with platforms that sell products that deals with e-commerce. Or you can decide to sell services now, like maybe insurance. You know that the best salespeople or the most persistent salespeople are insurance salespeople. Are guys in insurance. So once you specialize, or you can decide that you are now maybe a product, you're selling, just maybe you're dealing with manufacturers, selling for manufacturers. So if you specialize more, and I always believe in specialization, because it really helps you to be identified and to be known for one thing. The third point is digital marketing. And digital marketing is marketing through the internet, guys. So digital marketing, and especially in this time and era, digital marketing, guys, are among the most sought after. And this is the reason. The reason is the huge shift from doing things traditionally to doing things the modern way, where companies are actually establishing a lot of online presence. Every company wants to be online, because at the end of the day, it is online where our clients and consumers are. So digital marketing, to be good in digital marketing, you need to understand the digital marketing techniques. You need to understand things around search engine optimizations, where you can constantly have a website, or rather have a page, a company's page, rank high in Google search every time. So you need to be able to help the company be able to, or rather help the company get return on investment. So you need to be able to generate leads, follow up these leads, and help the company know how their content, or rather how their content is performing in those digital platforms. And also you need to be very well versed with running ads. We have Facebook ads, we have ads on YouTube. So as a digital marketer, you need to understand all these spheres of marketing, of online marketing. Then you also need to be very good, as I've said, you need to be very good with search engine optimization, know how to help companies rank high on Google search. And you also need to be very good with email marketing. You can help company target specific audience for their products through email marketing. The next skill you need is web design and application development. I'm putting these two together, even though they can completely be different, because usually they go hand in hand. You realize that one of the key skills that is needed for web developers or application developers is things like coding. So you need to understand, even if you understand basic coding, nowadays there's so many with the technology, there's so many templates for web designers that you just drag and drop. So you may just need to have basic knowledge, especially around coding. So being able to develop applications such as maybe Android or iOS will really help you to position yourself to work remotely, because something like website development, something like designing a website, you design the feel of a website, how people see it. It really doesn't need you to go to a physical office location. So already people who are good with website development are already landing jobs remotely, already working on their own, on clients' projects independently. So this is a very important skill for you to learn, because you can work for any company. Because again, which company does not want to have a website? Which company does not want to have a place where their customers can go and get to know about them, get to know about their products, get to know about any relevant information that they need their customers to know, for their customers to buy. So it's a very important skill that you need to think of learning if you want to learn remote jobs, or even work independently as a remote worker. The next skill is data analysis. And as a data analyst, basically what you do is that you help companies to interpret complex data. You see, we are in the era where we are saying we need to make data-driven decisions. So how then does a company make these data-driven decision if they don't understand the data? So you need to be able to collect, you need to understand how to use the tools to collect raw data, interpret it, and put it in a form where the company can use it to make decisions. So you need to be very good with data analysis or data interpretation tools, maybe like Excel, Python, SQL, so that you can help companies to interpret their data in a form which they can consume it, or their clients, or whoever it is targeted for, can consume and understand it. The next skill you need to have is virtual communication and collaboration. And this is why what this skill means is that you need to be in a position where you can effectively collaborate and communicate with teams virtually. Because one of the key challenges of remote work is being able to communicate and collaborate with virtual teams. So you also need to be in a position where you can use the virtual tools that we use currently, things like Zoom, Microsoft Teams. You need to be able to use them, because those are the things that virtual teams use. So if you're outside there, you're looking for a remote job, and you can't collaborate or communicate effectively virtually, then this is definitely a skill that you need to consider learning. The next skill is social media management, and social media managers manage social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. And why do companies need these people? Because you can't be an expert in everything, and companies hire these people to help them ensure that their social media presence is intact. So what this type of people basically do is to manage content on their social media platforms. This include posting, ensuring that there's a consistent posting schedule, interaction with clients, or rather interaction with people who comment and engage with their content. So, and also maybe should there be any red alert, somebody who's put, like, of course, just managing the comments, somebody putting a bad comment, responding to them, responding to customers, both happy customers and unhappy customers. So social media management is a big area that you can focus on, and there are very few social media managers who I will say maybe go to a typical office from 8 to 5, honestly, because what you need is just either your phone, your laptop, and an internet connection to work from anywhere you want to work as a social media manager. The next skill that you need is research skills. And why research skill is important is because companies or organizations are constantly seeking solution to their problems. I don't remember how many times I want to look at something, or how many times I get stuck and I'm like, I go to my phone, get to Google, get to YouTube, or even get to whichever place to get that information. So companies are constantly looking for people who can conduct research to provide solutions to their current problems. So it's what good research skills help you with is that you need to know where to get the information. And why I insist that you need to know where to get the right information is because that information is everywhere, but really, is it the right one? So a person with good research skills will be able to tell where to get this information, the correct type of information. You need to be in a position where you can filter what is good information and what is bad information. And I think one of the challenges that the world is facing currently is an overload of information, because information is everywhere. So good research skills will help you to get the correct and quality information that will help the business or will help the company solve their problem. The next skill that you need is AI prompting skill. Guys, if you've not mastered this skill for AI prompting, you really need to consider it. And here is why. I always tell people that really AI has not come to replace anyone. And if it has, then it cannot replace all jobs, honestly. So what AI has come to help us, or to help you do, is to make work easier. So for instance, if even with research skills, if you are researching, if you just go and prompt AI on a specific topic, it will be able to give you the answers. But what if you prompt it wrongly? So just as I always say, if you give it the wrong information, it will give you the wrong information. So AI prompting is a very important skill, guys, that you need to know. How do you prompt an AI, whatever it is, whether it is ChatGPT, how do you prompt it to give you the correct information? So if you're thinking of working remotely, I think this is one of the most in-demand skills now, especially now that we're in the era of AI. AI prompting is really key, and you need to consider, or rather you need to begin thinking of how to learn these skills. These skills, you can learn them from anywhere. There is YouTube, there are other platforms. I will share a few sites where you can learn these skills in the video description, so that you can just get to those sites and learn some of these skills. The next important skill is videography, photography, and editing. I know these are completely different skills, but the reason I decided to put them together is that they honestly go hand in hand. Because you'll do a video, you'll want to edit it. You'll do a photo, you'll want to edit it. So videography, photography, and editing go hand in hand. And why is this an in-demand skill? It takes me back to content creation, the point that I'd said earlier. These content creators, the people who create videos, the people who create whatever type of content, they need people to edit it. Editing is basically just having content after raw production, having content presented to the audience in a way that is appealing and in a way that you want, maybe in a good way, just maybe typically in a layman's language, putting it in the eyes of your audience in the best format possible. And that is what editing helps with. So if you're a video editor, I don't know how many times I've met, or rather I've engaged with video editors who I've never met, and maybe you can engage them just to work for you remotely. Photography the same, videography the same. So even apart from just editing videos, companies are hiring photographers to take photos of their products, and those are the products that you see advertised online. So with this skill, you can work remotely, you can work on your own. And with this skill also, guys, you don't even need to get into formal employment. So if you are somebody who's passionate about images, passionate about editing, playing with different skills to get a perfect image, playing with different skills to get a perfect video, then this is a skill that you should consider learning. The next skill that I didn't want to forget for this video is social skills. So basically, social skills is just how you deal with people. This will include things around empathy, respect. And guys, I want to tell you that you can't succeed in anything if your social skills are questionable. If you can't relate and work well with people, if you're the type of person who don't respect, or you don't show empathy, you're not good in relationship management, networking, maintaining meaningful networks, then honestly, it will really be hard for you to work with people. So if you want to successfully work remotely, you need to check on your social skills. Are you able to work with people? What are your networking skills like? Do you respect other people, from respecting their opinion to respecting their differences? So it's quite important that you assess yourself. And if you genuinely work remotely, this is a skill that you need to consider perfecting or even getting better at. The next skill is project management skill. So for project management, basically what you need to understand is that nowadays companies are fully having project managers that are working remotely. So for project management skills, you need to ensure that your organization skills are at par. You need to learn the project management softwares. You need to learn how to coordinate teams and run projects virtually. Companies are looking for good project managers which will be able to collaborate and collaborate, manage teams remotely, and at the same time be able to deliver projects within the allocated time, allocated budget, or even save on the project budget. So if you're a project manager and you're outside there wondering, can I work remotely as a project manager? Yes, you can. What you basically need to do is to get to understand the different project management softwares, how they work, and begin also as a project manager. It's very important to begin to work on your people skills, because I know as a project manager, you work with a lot of people, and working remotely is not the easiest, especially if you're working with people. So you need to check on that. You need to consider that if you want to begin landing remote jobs. The next skill is teaching. And in teaching, I want to just share it in a different perspective. Just apart from online tutoring, you can create a successful career remotely through teaching by doing so many things. One of them, of course, I've mentioned online tutoring. Another thing you can do as a teacher is to come up with a course. So it will be I want to share this with you in the aspect or in the angle of course creation. You're good at something, you're good at a particular subject. You can actually create a course and be able to teach people on that course virtually. So teaching, and even again, also in teaching, you can teach different things, right from teaching children, or rather teaching adults, different languages. And I think I'll just touch on that point later on as we continue this conversation. So teaching is a growing career, not remote, not the normal classroom teaching, but teaching as a virtual career where you can be able to teach people from different parts of the world different things, teaching people a skill, teaching people things like how to cook, teaching people things like public speaking. So teaching has become a very huge career that you can consider if you want to work remotely. And with teaching, guys, you may not even need to get employed. Create your own course, deliver a master class, do virtual tutoring for students from different parts of the world, and make your money comfortably at the comfort of your house. So the next one is virtual assistant skills. So there's a rise, or rather there's a high need of virtual assistants, especially in the busy world where entrepreneurs are busy, business people, CEOs and all that. There's somebody outside there who's looking for a virtual assistant. So virtual assistant, you need to learn these administrative skills, be able to organize calendars, be able to communicate well, write emails, manage emails for someone, write whatever it is that they want to, speeches and all that. So virtual assistants are already earning a lot of money online, guys. And if you're good with helping people organize their work schedules, helping people organize their calendars, helping people manage their emails, you want to be an executive assistant, you don't have to go to a physical work. You can actually begin to learn some of the most important aspects of our virtual assistant job, like communication, organization, and of course time management as well, because you realize that virtual assistant work with people who are high profile, very busy, and you really need to be good at time management, organization, professionalism, and just generally organizing your work to ensure that you keep up with such type of, or rather high profile people whose schedule you really don't want to, or rather whose schedules really need to be organized and well coordinated. The next skill is language fluency. When I talked about that point of teaching, I talked a bit about teaching people on languages. Guys, language fluency. There's a video that I saw recently, and the speaker was saying that if you can communicate well, you can achieve, or you can be anything that you want. And I can attest to that. If you can communicate well. So if you are multilingual, you're blessed, you can speak in different languages, you can teach people about, how to speak that language. There are people who still, their countries non-English speaking. There are people who still can't understand English. There are international languages like French, Spanish. You can teach people those languages, because those are one of the things also that are on demand if you want to work remotely. I have a friend of mine, or rather I've interacted with people who've been working online for as long as I've known them, and they had to go and learn a different language because they work with people from different countries virtually. So this is one of the things that you can learn. You can actually use to make money, or rather you can learn if you want to work remotely, is language fluency, so that you're in a position where you can help other people understand and speak in other different languages. Or even for you as a person to get these remote jobs, sometimes you're working with people from different parts of the world who do not understand your language, who do not understand the common language. So being able to speak at least 3 different languages is quite important. The next one, guys, is graphic design. I think this is one of the things that I really love. This is a skill that I love, that even personally I've really tried to train myself on graphic designing. I think because I like virtual communication, and why graphic design is good. And I want to give you just a few examples where you can use this skill. I don't know if there's any, even back to website development, that does not have a graphic something design. We have branding, company logos. Is there any company that doesn't have a logo? I mean, brochures for companies, making presentations. Graphic designing is a big part of branding. So if you want to build a career, or if you want to get something that you can do from anywhere, something that you can do that you love, if you love working with virtual interpretations, if you love working with designs, if you can play with colors, if you can play with images just to make something that is appealing, then graphic design is actually something that you need to try out. So if you're outside there and you're wondering, you've seen these remote jobs, you've decided to work from home, you've decided to work on your own without necessarily getting into employment, then you need to consider learning these skills. So guys, I'll leave the link to that, to some of the websites that I've said, so you can just check, create time, learn some of these skills, and you never know, in few years to come, you'll be thanking me, or you'll be thanking yourself that you actually took a step to do something different. So thank you so much. If you've liked this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and also just share within your network so that it can help somebody. If you've not subscribed, just don't leave without clicking that subscribe button, so that you can join this community where we are all about learning and building rewarding and fulfilling careers. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye bye.